Monday will be the most expensive holiday on the calendar. Every hot dog, every burger, every spin around the lake, or drink with friends and family is a debt purchased by others. This is not about all who've served. That day comes in the fall. This one is in honor of those who paid in life and blood, whose moms never saw them again, whose dads wept in private, whose wives raised kids alone, and whose kids only remembered them from pictures. This isn't simply a day off. This is a day to remember that others paid for every free breath you ever get to take. Freedom.
Hello, this is Tracy Allen, aka the Cremation Lady. So I just played a little clip for you of something that one of my friends had posted on Facebook. And I just thought it was such an appropriate thing because a lot of people seem to get Memorial Day merged with Veterans Day. And they're two different things. Memorial Day is to honor those that have died, helping us to have the kind of America that we have. And then there's Veterans Day to honor those of us that are, that have served and those that are still serving will be veterans. Okay. So I just wanted to share those things. And since this is Memorial Day weekend and I'm the pre-planning person, I wanted to go over some veteran benefits that maybe some of you don't know about. I don't claim to be an expert in all of the benefits. There are so many different benefits that different people may be eligible for. Your time in service, what rank were you when you got out, what kind of disabilities. This little card was given to me when I went to, and I know it's backwards, but it was given to me when I went to a veterans event talking about pre-planning. And so on the screen, I'm going to put up the QR codes for each one of these. But you'll see when I put that up, Facebook page for the Riverside National Cemetery. You've got a QR code for pre-need eligibility. You've got a quick guide. And you've got planning your legacy. So each one of those will help you, or as with the military benefits and stuff, right? When it comes to pre-planning. Because there used to be a time where you could not save space at a particular cemetery, national cemetery, but now you actually can. And it used to be that only people that had an honorable discharge could get into any facilities. And now there are some that will take you if you have a less than honorable. And it's a case-by-case basis. But if you are a veteran, and I hope that you guys that watch this will please share it with anybody that you know that's a veteran, or maybe they're active duty and they're going to get out. Now, understand this. Even though I'm a veteran and there's a little bit of money that may come back to my family and stuff based off of my time in service and things of that nature, the military still does not take care of everything that happens prior to getting on the military grounds. So for me, I'm going to be going to Japan next month. June 2025, I'm expecting my first grandbaby. So when I get over to Japan, I'm looking forward to having a great time. However, if anything were to happen to me on the way over there, while I'm there, when I'm on my way back, the military would not be paying for the pickup of my body and getting all the things that need to be taken care of. They don't do that, okay? So that would be left on my family's shoulders to make a way for all of that to be done. And that's the reason why, even though as a veteran, we still should have a plan put in place. There may be a little bit of money that my family can receive as far as like a funeral benefit, but not a lot. And again, all the heavy lifting, they're not doing that. So that would be on my family to take care of. So make sure that if you're a veteran, you still get a plan put in place. It's just going to make it easier on your families. So now let me share just some of the benefits, because I'm getting ready to go out this weekend. Going to go to a jazz, or is it Sunday Soul? I'm going to Sunday Soul with some friends. So I wanted to go over a couple of things. Now, my plan has this amazing book that has a lot of great information in here to help with me putting the information in here now, so that when the time comes, my family won't have to start from scratch trying to figure everything out. So in the section talking about veterans benefits, it says, if you served in the military, you may be entitled to burial benefits. So whether you want cremation or traditional burial as a veteran, you will actually be able to have your cemetery taken care of, or if you want to be placed in a niche after being cremated, you can do that, and there's no additional charges for your families. So a free burial space for the veteran, their spouse, dependent children at any national cemetery where there's space. Now, again, dependent children. So that means that if your child, passes away and they're still under your care, they actually can be taken care of in a national cemetery. But if they're like 30 years old and, just because they live with you, that's not considered a dependent under these terms, okay? So let me just share with you. It says, if the veteran chooses to be buried at a national cemetery, they're also entitled to a free gravesite service, an honor guard, the flag presented ceremony, a rendition of taps, and depending on the number of years of service, they may be entitled to a 21-gun salute and a Navy chaplain to preside over the service. So for the company I work with, our people will help to get all of this set up, okay? So if a veteran wants to have a cremation and they want the cremains to be taken care of in a niche, then our company helps the family so that they don't have to try to do all of this, okay? But that card that I was showing you allows you to go ahead and prearrange some things now, okay? You can do that now. Like here in San Diego, we have Fort Rosecrans. Fort Rosecrans, there's no more space available. So people that are here in San Diego, if they want to be taken care of at Miramar, then some of them are already putting their plans in to say, okay, I want space for me and my daughter, or me and my wife and stuff like that, or me and my husband, whatever the case may be. Then there's Riverside, which is not too far from San Diego. So you're able to get some things put in place now, okay? Get a free marker to memorialize both the veteran and the spouse. At the family's request, the marker can be sent to any address, a city cemetery, a private cemetery, or a residential address where the marker could be used. So let's say if you wanted to have your services at a private cemetery, not a military cemetery, you can still do that. You still get the marker, and that's no additional charge. All right. However, those cemeteries, if it's not a national cemetery, those cemeteries have the right to charge for placing that marker on the grave or on the niche. Okay, so understand, the marker you're getting at no charge, but to have it placed on a non-military cemetery property, there would be a charge for your family. Okay. A free flag. Now listen, you know what? This past weekend, I don't know, I was in the spirit of just kind of making sure that I'm taking care of things. I was listening to some music, and a song came on and said, oh, I got to add that to my book, because that's what I do inside of this book. I put songs, my favorite songs, movies, and plays, and all this here stuff, right? But this song triggered me to go to the book and add that particular song. And then once I did that, I was just in this mood of sitting down and making sure that, let me make sure that I write out information that's going to be important for my family. So I got to thinking about that flag. I have 2 children. And I was like, well, I could say that my daughter gets the flag, but then I don't want my son to feel some kind of way. And one of my friends said, oh, your kids are good kids. They wouldn't argue over this. Listen, it doesn't matter how good your children are, how responsible they are, and yeah, they may not argue about it, in public or anything like that. I don't see them ever being really nasty to each other as adults. But I don't want anybody's feelings to be hurt. So what I thought about was, since my ex-husband is a veteran as well, I'm going to be asking him if it's okay, whoever dies first gives the oldest child, which would be my daughter, the flag first. The next person that passes, my son, would get the flag. So I just don't want either one of them to be left out. What do you guys think? That's pretty fair, huh? You get a presidential memorial certificate. That's something that whoever, when you die, whoever the president is at that time, your family will receive a certificate with their signature on it. And listen, whether you like the president or not, this is coming from the highest office in the land. So you get the certificate and do what you want with it, but it's part of respect for that military service member. And all veterans from any branch of the service are entitled to a free scattering by the Navy. Okay, so if you wanted the Navy to do a scattering for you, you can totally have that. For our company, we do a non-witness scattering at sea, but not everybody wants to do a non-witness. Some people want to have family and friends or something like that, but the military can provide that for you as well. Okay, so that's all I'm going to share for now. Didn't want this to be a super long video or anything, but I wanted to just kind of throw those things out there. Scan those QR codes. Go, if there was something that you saw that you have an interest in, pause the video, scan the code, and go check it out, because there's some really good stuff there. A lot of great information. Like I said, I don't have knowledge on every single thing that happens with the military. So check that information out. That's it, you guys. If you have any questions or you want to leave some feedback, please do. Thank you so much for tuning in. And like I said, please share this video. There are people out there that I'm sure would appreciate getting this information. And I appreciate you tuning in. And hopefully you'll come back next time when I'll share something else before I get out of here for Japan. But have an amazing and safe holiday weekend and the days ahead. All right? Ciao for now.